Hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of DNA Hardwired. Common sense turned upside down. I'm Pop, and joining me is my co-host, Jackie, and his brother Aaron. Okay, let's get started. You guys want to say, hey, what's up?
Hey, just want to say.
All right.
No, just saying, man. Happy to be back. Can't wait to get another episode started, man.
All right, Jackie.
Hey, from my standpoint over, y'all know that. Hey, thanks for taking the time out today to listen to us. We're three men trying to make this, life a little better for ourselves. Provide a little information, and everything we say on this podcast is for entertainment use only. Don't take none of this shit seriously.
There you go. And that's a good point. That's a good point. I keep making that disclaimer at the beginning of these. If you really, we covered a lot of different topics, a lot of different subjects. So if one of these subjects is kind of close to you and, it's a serious issue, I think we're giving out some really, really good information. But if it's something serious, you guys really need to seek out professional assistance. So thank you for that, Jackie. Okay. On the last episode, we had talked about the high rate of black males assaulting black women. We talked about the high rate of black males' homelessness and black males not in the home. So we're going to go ahead and continue with that. I suggested that women have been treated badly for some years back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. And I kind of figured that they got tired of it, so they fought back. And, and I think that's really why we have a lot of these women the way they are. But I observed this phenomenon as a young child, teenager, young adult, and now as an older adult. And I have to admit, it looks like the pendulum has swung back, and it swung back too far. Like I say, I do agree that some women today they ain't acting the way we might want them to act. So I will acknowledge that. Brother Jackie and Brother Aaron, they remind me of that a lot. So they also remind me, hey, brother, you ain't in the dating scene. You don't know what's going on. But I make some observations. I see some of the stuff that's going on. But I think we're at a place now where I believe we both, black men and black women, and then, we're focusing on black folk right now, but this stuff's applied to a lot of white folk too. But I think we need
white men going through it too over there. They going through it also over there.
Yep. I believe we are. It just may look a little different, but when everything's said and done, we have relationship issues. Doesn't matter what your race is. But we're just covering something that we're familiar with, which, being black might be a little different nuances here and there. So that's why we're covering it the way we are. But I recognize and acknowledge, what happened and where we are as a result. But I think we need to decide if we want to do anything about it and what are some corrective actions we can take to correct the problem together and stop blaming each other for the problem. Because I've seen, I'm on the side where it seemed like I'm kind of hammering black men for dogging black women, but I've seen black women dog black men too. So I just want to make sure that that's understood. But I do think the first step in this process is to do a deep dive into some of the things that happened to get us here. So right off, I'm going to ask Jackie and Aaron, anything you want to cover from last week or any initial thoughts on this episode?
Go in there.
First and foremost, man, like I want to say, like, I'm never one of those people who like over emotional, and I kind of feel last episode, man, I was a little bit out of character, and out of character because I was very much so unprepared for the conversation to go that way.
You're right. It wasn't on the agenda. It wasn't on the agenda. You got to watch that Jackie though. He'll take us some places. But go ahead.
Right. Now, I do have to give credit where credit was due. He definitely threw out some points there that truly made the conversation deviate to a point where it simply put, it just seemed like we were having more of a argument rather than a conversation.
Well, I'll tell you though, based upon
man,
based upon the responses, the downloads that we got, it seemed like the word got out, and there was a lot of people that was interested in the conversation. Matter of fact, I have had a few people give me some feedback. So, however we got there and however we covered it, it appeared that some folk were interested in what we were talking about. So that's why I think it's going to be good that we go ahead and continue. But go ahead, Brother Aaron.
Absolutely. First off, I want to ask one question, man. Like, how do you feel about great thinkers like Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, guys like that?
Who, me personally?
Yeah.
I'm aware of their names. I know they're philosophers for the most part. I guess that's about it. I don't know what else to share with you, brother.
Yeah. That, honestly, man, you kind of hit the nail right on the head, right? Truth be told, man, I hate I wasn't prepared for this conversation because I always had one question, right?
Okay.
I know Socrates to be, one of those quote unquote great thinkers who, truth be told, didn't write a lot of books, didn't have a lot of parables, blah blah blah, but he had a hell of a lot to say. Now, just to start that conversation off, man, we're talking about a guy who was born in 470 BCE and died in 399 BCE. You want to know one of the most profound quotes he ever made, man?
What was that?
Trust not a woman when she weeps.
What did you say?
It is her nature to weep when she wants her will.
Repeat that.
Trust not a woman when she weeps, for it is her nature to weep when she wants her will.
I understand that. I got you, brother. That's deep.
Socrates. Or social media.
Not just deep. Not just deep. We're talking about 2,500 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you think a man in 399 BC, which is when he passed the 70 years old, would have seen to make a comment like that? Now, keep in mind now, he was still one of the first, if not the first, women's rights advocates to ever live.
Well, I think probably what he was saying, and who knows, maybe it's been even before him, since the beginning of man, Adam and Eve. I do think that there are certain traits that men have, and I think there are certain traits that women have, and I won't dispute that back then and even now that women do use a tear here and there to kind of get their will. I won't disagree with that. But I don't sum up the totality of a woman that way. Her emotions, her thoughts, her feelings. I don't make that the totality of a woman, of a female. I believe it's there. But go ahead.
The good part about that is, man, facts don't care about feelings, man. You want to know the second most profound quote he ever made?
What was that?
Come on. Once made equal to a man, woman becomes his superior.
well, give me an example.
Now watch this.
Go ahead.
This is the thing. This was done before social media.
Right.
This is said when the world seems so big.
Right.
This is a man making that statement. He's only dealing with his village of women.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes something, or he writes something that profound, that once you make a woman equal, she becomes your superior.
Well, explain that to me though, because I hear what you're saying. I understand English, and that I can interpret stuff and comprehend. but I'm not exactly sure what he was talking about. Was he talking about intellectually? Was he talking about physically? Was he talking about all? What? I don't understand that.
We know it. We know it wasn't physically. We
Okay.
know it wasn't intellectually. Even though he felt to simply put, once given equal rights, we should absolutely deviate from patriarchy and basically hone in onto equal rights, right?
Okay. Okay. So now let me make sure I understand what you're saying, Aaron. Are you
Mm-hmm.
suggesting that maybe he was suggesting that women shouldn't have equal rights?
Not at all. Not at all. As a matter of fact, that's why I prefaced it beforehand by saying that he was, if not the first, he was one of the first people ever to be considered a women's rights activist.
Okay. Okay.
Now, we had this conversation last week I'm sorry, on Sunday, where we were talking about women, violence, and basically how we got to this point today, right?
Right. Right.
Here's a few other points. 40% of black men have experienced, my bad. Let me back up.
Okay.
45% of black women experience stalking, physical, and sexual violence. They're 6 times more likely to be killed by their partner than white women.
Man, you got my
That is
notes.
according to the.
You got my
What you
notes.
say?
I said, do you have my notes? Because that's in my notes.
Oh,
But
no,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm about to barbecue your notes. Give me just a second.
Okay, go ahead.
And that is according to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence.
Okay. Okay.
Now, would you agree that black men are very, very much so unlikely to actually look for help or call for help when they're experiencing domestic violence or they are experiencing violence from a woman?
I'd agree with that. They're less likely. I agree with that.
Well, let me tell you what the stats from the Center for Sexual Assault Survivors says.
Okay.
40% of black men have experienced physical violence, sexual violence, stalking from their intimate partner.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Come on. You want to know the best part about that all, Pop?
What's that?
The only time you get a more violent relationship is lesbian.
Okay.
Well over 60% of lesbian relationships experience some sort of physical domestic violence.
Let me ask you this. What do you think is the root of that? What do you think is the root of that? Besides it being women, what else do you think? What else do you think the reason is?
You can only blame women. They're dating each other.
Okay, but I get that part. But what is it about women that caused them to do that? Do you think?
Let's back up. Because on Sunday you asked me one question.
Okay.
What's the justification for violence?
Did you say repeat that again? Are you asking me?
Yeah, on Sunday you asked me.
Oh, okay.
What is justified violence?
Okay.
But when is violence against a woman justified?
Okay.
And my answer to that was, it's not. I completely agree with you.
I think you did
when
then.
Women date women, they don't see it that way.
Uh-huh.
So I have to assume, just by numbers alone, that when they date men, they don't see it that way either.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So we made this conversation on Sunday as women sugar spice everything nice. But when you break down the numbers,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
the number shows that they're the deviant. And let me hit on one other point, man, because the numbers that I just mentioned don't tell the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Black girls, not women, black girls are suspended and expelled at rates much higher than any other race. They make up 1/3 of the girls referred to law enforcement, and over 40% of girls arrested in school incidents. The fastest growing population in American prisons are black women.
Okay.
to say that simply put, women were getting beat in households and men were just whooping their ass,
Mm-hmm.
the numbers don't back that up.
Absolutely not.
The
Okay.
numbers alone
Mm-hmm.
don't back that up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I made the comment on Sunday that said, I don't believe that men were just teeing off on women. I had to go and do my own research there. I understood that, like that saying, rule of thumb.
Mm-hmm.
You know that came from legislation that made it okay for men to hit their domestic partner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But what's unspoken in that is the same laws that applied to him also affected him
Mm-hmm.
because she was allowed the same thing if she was allowed to, or she could get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So as
go ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, truth be told, I was kind of wrapping up that point, man. I got a hell of a lot more, but
Okay. No. We got a minute. We got a minute. Um, this is my thought on all of that. I think
mm-hmm.
I asked you a little earlier. What did you think the reason was that for? And what I was looking for was women are a lot more emotional than men are. In my mind, women are a lot more emotional than men are. Uh,
Absolutely.
okay, and so I think what's happened, and then again, I think you were talking about Socrates or somebody way back then. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I, I, I,
Exactly.
I think that they were emotional way back then too, and
Mm-hmm.
I think what happens is because we men, history wise, way back then, uh, we've abused women. We men have abused women. We've had them under our thumbs, and we have abused them. They don't have the physical. They don't have the physical ability to fight back. So they fight back in other ways. They've had to learn how to fight back.
Hold on, Pop.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on.
Go
I
ahead.
just told you the numbers. The numbers 40 and 45%.
40 and 45% of what?
45% of women experience domestic violence.
Right.
40% of black men experience domestic violence.
Okay.
So to say that one is more hostile than the other,
No, I'm not
the
saying that.
numbers don't favor that.
No. I'm
And to
not.
say that one was more hostile throughout history than the other,
Yeah, I'm saying
the
that.
numbers don't favor that.
Yeah, but the numbers don't go. These numbers that the numbers, the numbers that you're quoting today is today, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm trying to explain to you how we got here. I'm telling
So you
you.
saying that?
I'm
Oh,
telling
my
you.
bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. What I'm telling you, if you were to check the numbers 50, 60 years ago, like I said, look, man, I got my numbers as far as history from experience. I'm telling you what was going on back then. Now, I don't know what was going on during Socrates' time, but I'm assuming it was a lot worse. But I'm telling you that back then, the numbers weren't that equal. And I think what happened, I think women got tired of being beat, mistreated, misused, and they raised up. Now, brother, I said this last week. I don't know if it was in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't know when it happened, but there was an awakening. And I think that that's why those numbers are so close today. Yes, these women, they fighting back now.
Oh, hold on, Pop.
Go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
how do you come up? How do you come up with your numbers? Because just by listening to you, you said from my experience, you can't paint the whole demographic with your
Absolutely.
lens.
You are absolutely right.
That's not.
You're
And not
absolutely
only
right.
that,
You are
I'm gonna throw this in there. I'm gonna throw this in there. I know, Aaron, you about to. I know you about to. I know you about to land. I need to take that. Let me land this. Aaron and I, that's my brother.
uh-huh.
We got a very close sentiment that when you listen to this person talk, this woman talk, she was getting beat all the time.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
But we were around a lot of this,
Mm-hmm.
and I can say, and Aaron can say, I never seen the man in their relationship hit that woman first. We've always seen him hit that woman back.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's reported? You know what's reported when the police are called? He hit me. It's never hit him, and he knocked my ass across that goddamn kitchen floor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know
So
what?
the numbers by that right there are skewed as hell.
Yeah, and you know what? I believe what you said. That was your personal experience. I can't doubt what you're saying. That was your personal experience. But that was one of your personal experiences. How many more experiences did you see? See, I saw a ton.
Now,
I
mind you,
saw a ton.
I saw a lot. But my point is this. My point is this. That women aren't this sugar and spice and all things nice
I agree.
as society has made them out to be.
No, I agree.
So they are
No.
they are
It's not sugar and spice.
that aggression didn't start in the last 10 years.
No,
Or
no.
the last 50 years.
Yeah, it
That
did.
aggression
Yeah,
was
it
women
did.
has
Last
always
50.
been there.
No,
Because guess
no,
what?
no.
Hold
Last. I'm just telling you, brother.
Al Green went through a situation where a woman poured some hot grits on him.
And why do you think
You
that
think that
woman
was-
did that? You think that woman just woke up
Hold
one day?
on.
Let me finish. Let me finish for a second.
yes,
Let me finish
yes.
for a second. Let me
Because
finish
he-
for a
because he
second.
cheated.
Let me
Because
fi-
he cheated.
Well, let me finish for a
Because he
second.
cheated.
Okay, whatever he did, now that's for me. That's no reason to throw hot grits on nobody just because they cheated. So yeah, I get that. I understand that. But we don't know what else was going on in that relationship either, though. But my point is too is that I get, and that was a good. Yeah, but it was your example, and it was a good example. All I'm saying is I don't think that woman. It was inherent in that woman that she just all of a sudden woke up one morning and decided to throw hot grits on that brother. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right.
No, she didn't wake up one morning and did that. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is female violence was a part of the evolution.
Yes, I believe that. Yes, I believe that. And I'm not gonna say look, and I'm not gonna say they wasn't never violent. I'm not gonna say that.
No.
But
They've always been violent.
we're humans, human creatures. We got a tendency to be violent. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Pop, there's no such thing as that woman evolved to become violent.
Thank you.
This was
Not
her
true.
natural.
Brother,
This has always been her natural.
No, I'm just telling you.
She came out the box that way.
I'm just look.
Right.
There's nothing else I could do. You know, there's nothing else I could do to maybe get you guys to consider, not see it necessarily, but just to consider what I'm telling you that I personally experienced. And there's a lot of other old school folk out there that will verify what I'm saying, both men and women. I'm just telling you.
Do you think those men and women saw that when it was mom being violent? Do you think they saw it the same?
No.
Hell yeah.
Never. No, they did. No, they did.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let me share this with you. Let me share really personal. I'll share this with you. I was born in Pittsburgh, but as a baby, I mean, when I say baby, I mean baby. My mama shipped me off down south, had me stay with a great aunt. We moved to New York for a minute, and then I ended up back in Pittsburgh. Now, when I ended up back in Pittsburgh, my mama had a man. His name was Herbert. Herbert was a drunk. Now my mama's always been small. She's only like about 125 pounds, but it didn't take much for her to control Herbert physically. All right. So now we're talking way back in the day. That was one man where I saw that my mama had the upper hand on when he was drunk. And she handled him if she needed handling. But after that, the other men that I saw in and she had a few. She had a few. The other men that I saw in my mama's life, they handled her. Let me tell you something, brothers. When I was I had to be like 9 or 10 maybe. There was a brother. There was this is old shit, so these people are probably dead or whatever. But there was this guy she used to date. His name was Doc. Doc was driving the car. My mama was in the shotgun seat, and me and my sister was in the back. I was sitting in the back of my mama. My sister was sitting in the back of Doc. We're driving down the road. They both drunk. Doc is pissed. He want her out the car. Doc is driving down the damn street. He leans over with one arm and open the door, trying to push my mama out the car while the car's still rolling. All right. Now I witnessed that. My mama wasn't beating him. She wasn't beating him. They were arguing, both drunk. Another occasion, there was another brother, man. Let me tell you something. This brother had he had the biggest fist I've ever seen on a man. The biggest fist I've ever seen on a man. And this man, he came to the house. My mama, like I said, I'm putting personal business out there now, but my mama was drunk. My mama was drunk, and as a kid, at that point, I was probably 11 years old, maybe. But at that point, I knew the rule. If my mama was in the house, I don't let nobody in the house, and so it was just me and her in the house. This guy came to the door. We had a window panes in the door. He knocked on the door. I pulled the curtain aside. I said, Mom's not here. He knew she was in that house. That man punched that glass. I had to get a hammer to keep that man from coming in there and beating the shit out of my mama. I mean, these are just some incidents that I could share some other stuff, brothers, where I've had relatives kill women, beat them. I'm just this is my own personal stuff. And I'm also aware. Now you heard Otis. Let me finish. I'm talking personal stuff. I'm talking, sir. You had Otis on here Sunday. I called him out the clear blue. We didn't have any discussion about history, and he shared with you what happened with him, with his mom and his father. These are just some personal stories that are close. There's other stuff too, but I'm just telling you, brother. You guys are here today in 2026. You educated, you got college education, you've lived your life, you've experienced what you've experienced, but you haven't experienced what I'm telling you. But go ahead.
What I'm telling you is, go ahead. Socrates was born 2,500 years ago.
I understand and I believe it. And I didn't hear anything in your comment. I didn't hear anything in your comment about Socrates saying women beating him.
Not at all. And you won't hear nobody from that time. And truth be told, you don't hear that story vice versa from them.
Okay. So I will acknowledge that women probably since the beginning of time have always been emotional, and they've used that to their advantage. I'm not disagreeing with that. Just like men have used their physical abilities against women. That's all I'm trying to say, brothers. We're both at fault where we're at right now. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. Since Socrates and before, men have had their issues and women have had their issues, and we've transitioned to the point where we're at now, where both of us still have issues, and we're not communicating with each other and acknowledging this. But go ahead, brother.
My point is that right there. We know there are bad men. No one is disputing that right there. No one is pushing back on that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna use your mom's situation.
Okay.
Take your mom out of it. Put a generic woman in that car.
Okay.
And you and your sister in the back of it.
Right.
Now, in your mind, it's wrong for that man to open the door and try to push your mom out the car as he's driving.
Right.
Can we agree on that?
We can agree on that.
Now, the other part of that, if it's wrong for him to do that, it's equally as wrong for that woman to put her mouth on that man, knowing she can physically handle him.
No, that's not equal.
See, we think, well,
that's not equal. I can't let you go past that. No, I can't let you. No, we can't. We need to discuss that what you just said. A physical assault. Oh, okay. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
We only look at the physical strength of men when it comes to women, but we never look at the fact that a woman puts her mouth on a man and she thinks that it's okay to degrade him. She thinks it's okay to talk to him like a piece of shit. She thinks it's okay to argue with that man like that man is her girlfriend, like she's arguing with one of her girlfriends. Pop, you're a man, I'm a man. If there's a disagreement between you and I when we're 25 years old, there's not too many words that's going to be exchanged before physical violence shows up. But when it comes to women, society, and you, listening to you, you're trying to tell men you should not do You should not operate in that manner when it comes to a woman.
Right.
But if there was two men arguing in the gym in a fight or on the basketball court, there's not going to be too many words exchanged between those men.
Hey, brother, I experienced that. that basketball court, I experienced that many times. But go ahead.
Men do not argue the way two women argue.
I agree.
And so it's that woman's responsibility to understand. My man don't get down like that. Better yet, men don't get down like that. But it's okay for her to be totally disrespectful, to be totally trashing him.
No, it's not okay.
Him to sit there and take that.
No, it's not okay. I don't agree. I don't think it's okay for anybody, women. I don't think it's okay that they disrespect their man. I don't agree with that. But I think that there's different ways to handle that, and that's why we're talking like we're talking now, because I want the people out there.
You're asking a man to not be a man when you point out that point.
No, right, I'm not asking a man not to be a man. I'm not asking a man.
Yes, you are.
No. Oh, so are you telling me? Are you? Let me make sure I'm getting this right. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. Are you telling me that it's normal? Now, I understand man's got more aggression, yada, yada, yada. But are you telling me that a part of being a man is if you talk out of pocket with me and you're a woman and you're talking out of pocket with me, you subject to get smacked? Is that what you're telling me? That's just part of being a man?
If I'm talking to you sideways as a man in the middle of argument, we got about 2 minutes and we're going to come to blows. And you and I both know that.
Well, not me.
You and I both know that. We're not going to play this
game. You mean 2 men?
2 men.
Yes.
So guess what?
Yes, no problem.
Don't ask me to not be that. Don't ask me to not be that
no.
when I'm if I'm in an argument with a woman.
No, yeah, I'm asking you not to do that. I'm asking you. If you're in an argument with a woman, I'm asking you. I'm asking you, brother Jackie. That's a woman. Let her run her. Let her run her mouth. Leave the house. Leave wherever you.
She better remember. She better remember she's a woman and I'm a man.
Well, she should. You're right. She should. Yeah, she should remember that, especially if you prone to violence. So I would encourage any woman. No, I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a lot older than you, and I've never struck a woman. And people that let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you. A lot of people that I grew up with, they know me. All right. And I'm telling you, I've never hit a woman. And I've had I remember one time, I'm gonna share another personal story with you. My mama, she used to dress, even though we were poor, my mama made sure that me and my sister was dressed nicely. And I remember one time I went to school, I don't know, I was 12, 13, 14, I don't know. And this girl, she kind of liked me. You know how we are. And so she tried to hit me, and she brought a hand down, and she ripped my pocket off. Now, you think I didn't want to pop that girl upside the head? But even at that age, I understood that was not appropriate for me to be hitting girls. And now I'm a grown-ass man. I know damn well it's not appropriate for me to be hitting no woman. That's not even in my vocabulary.
Look, I'll say this. I believe in not hitting a woman until I tell her not to hit you again. You think how you want to do that?
Hold on.
I'm not taking it.
I'm gonna go a step further with that. Every woman on the planet agrees with you, Pop, until she sees her son getting that.
Thank you.
Until what now? Say that again, Aaron.
Up until her son is taking that ass with her.
Oh, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
That means she knows she fucked up too. She knows she fucked up.
Hold on.
Okay.
How you agree with that? But that man is wrong.
No. I agree with it because we're selfish. Just because she's a woman, she's selfish. She's not thinking about she's not that mom is selfish. She's thinking about her son. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What you mean to tell me that mom with the same emotions as that woman who's swinging at her son?
I hear you.
She's selfish?
Yes. because she understands, that woman, there's no doubt in my mind, she understands that you now. So let me make sure I got this right. So you're saying that mother of a son and this woman is beating up on him. She don't like that. I think that's what you're basically saying, right?
No, no. What I'm saying is, woman feels that man should protect himself up until her son is taking that ass.
Oh, yes. We're on the same track. We're on the same track, and I would agree that the average mother is going to feel that way. I'd agree that, but that don't mean it's right.
That means
see to me.
That mean they selfish.
No. Yeah, that's right. See to me, what that mother should have done or should do is try to help her son get out of that situation. However, he can leave the house, go in another room, whatever he needs to do, rather than hit her. Of course you're not.
I'm not leaving my house.
Of course you're not, brother. I understand.
I'm not leaving my house.
I understand that. I understand that, Jackie.
I'll pay the mortgage over here.
I got you.
I'm not leaving my house.
I got you, brother. I understand.
You gonna step the hell up in my house.
I got you, brother. I understand. I get it. And again, that's why we're where we are today. Because we got men that's not willing to try to understand and negotiate with women, and we got women not willing to understand and negotiate with men. That's why we're where we are. Go ahead, brother.
Watch this. If women were afraid of men like they want to claim they are, we would not have none of these problems on the table right now. If women are afraid of men like they say they are, if women are getting abused like they say they are, we would have none of these problems because women would shut the hell up. Women are not afraid of men. They're just as aggressive as men. I don't give a damn. Right,
no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. They were. They not too much now.
So,
like I told you, we've transitioned. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on, Pop.
Go ahead.
When a woman is getting her ass beat, that's understand. She punched first, but she want to complain about the counterpunch. She punched first. Men ain't walking into the house peeing off on a damn woman. That's not the way it is. Men are not walking in that house just peeing off a woman because the meatloaf was too dry. No. It's women running up in men. It's women running up on men, putting their hand in their chest, scratching their eyeballs out, trying to do all that nonsense, and it didn't hurt him. And then when he slid her ass across the floor, he wants to call 911.
And
that's where the problem lies.
And let me tell you, I can't disagree with you that some of those instances don't happen. Of course they happen. You know, it's like the old thing where people, we give out these statistics and we say 80%, 85, 90% of the rapes occur when a man rapes a woman. That's true. And then we got these statistics where 5 or 10% of the rapes occur when a woman rapes a man. Okay, I get it. The statistics. Okay, so what are we saying? Which is better and which is worse? I think it's worse that we got 85, 90%. Go ahead.
If we're battling what's worse, we're missing the point.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
We're missing the point.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, you guys said that women were getting their ass beat.
Yes.
And what I'm saying is, from what the numbers show
today,
even the story that you just hold on one second.
Go ahead.
Even the story that you just went to, related to a guy showing up at your house and you grabbed a hammer.
Right.
What man do you know showing up at your house for no reason?
What? So you don't understand? I can explain to you what his reason was for showing up at the house. He was
not just his. What I'm saying is, you don't know men to just show up and be violent. They're violent for a cause.
Brother, I'm just telling you. On that particular incident,
this is my limit.
On that particular incident, my mama was this man's woman. And he showed up at the house because he wanted to see her. I was the gatekeeper because I knew my mama was drunk. His name was TC. He was not happy. All right. So there was two things going on. First thing was, I knew better than to let him in the house because my mama told me don't be letting nobody in the house. The second thing is, even though I was only like 10 or 11, I could see he was not happy. and I could see that my mama was drunk, and I know what the result of that was going to be. So, yeah, he
Right.
did show up at the house, and he did have a reason for showing up. But in my mind, I didn't think it was going to be beneficial for my mama. But go ahead, you know.
You're
So,
still missing the point.
and I could be, brother. I could go
The
ahead.
way this was delivered
Okay.
was this man was inherently violent and he showed up to do harm to my mother.
Yes.
I'm telling you, very, 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 very few men, I don't care race, regardless, showed up at your house to do violence.
Oh, I would agree with that.
Just they feelings were hurt.
Oh, no. I agree
men
with you.
show up to do violence, they've been disrespected beyond belief and they don't care about outcomes.
Oh, and I would probably agree with that too.
So that means that man is not inherently violent.
No, we are.
means
Yeah, we are inherently violent. Come on, Aaron.
That's not no. That's
Man,
not.
shit, man.
Inherently violent and inherently violent against women is two different things.
Well, okay.
And from
All
what
right. Okay, I would agree with
I
you.
know,
I would agree with you.
Truth be told, from what you just said, that's not true.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Men they're not necessarily inherently violent against women. I would agree with that. I don't think that they're necessarily any more inherently violent against women necessarily than they are with men. I would agree with that. But here's but here's what I'm saying is, I'm saying now, because the women have went through this transition where they not taking too much shit no more, and they standing up in a man's face, the man is allowing that violence to come out. He's not taking it. That's all I'm saying. And there's occasions to where, he may become physical with her. Now, that's only part of it. We've been spending a lot of time talking about reasons that women are the way they are and relationships are the way they are. We've been spending a lot of time talking about men being physically violent against women. Me personally, I think that that's a part of the situation, but I will acknowledge, Aaron, that that's not the main thing that's going on in these relationships. I would agree that that's not I would agree that that's not the main thing that's causing issues between men and women. I would agree with that. That was just one of the elements. But go ahead.
And what I'm saying on that is that was not the conversation that you and the gentleman on Sunday were having.
Yeah. Well, you know why? You know why that wasn't?
Today.
You know why? I'm gonna explain to you. You know why? Because what have we been talking about? Let me see. What have we been talking about the last 30 minutes? Men being violent against women. And that's what happened on that last conversation. That's just how we ended up, right? Me and Otis was basically saying, yeah, they tapped back in the day. You guys saying, no, that's not happening. So we were going back and forth then, and we're going back and forth now. But that's why I wanted to make sure that we understand, at least you guys understand, that I am not saying, at least I hope I'm not saying that that's the main cause of conflict between men and women today. I don't believe that is. As a matter of fact, I will acknowledge, this is my own thought, I will acknowledge that today in most relationships, it's not a matter of whether women are being physical against men or men being physical against women. I don't think that's it today. I think that's a smaller part today, the physical aspect of it. And I think you hit on this before, Aaron, about the laws. Today, we got laws, and all that woman got to do, like you say, Socrates says, hey, just drop a tear or two. The cops come there. Chances are they're going to go with that with that woman's story. Somebody's got to leave. It's usually going to be the man. I acknowledge all of that. I agree with you on that. But I think that there's other issues that go on in these relationships, and I think all of those issues, if men and women are going to get together, all of those issues are going to need to be addressed, especially when we're talking about, black men and black women. So I'll tell you what I'd like to do, guys. Let's go ahead and bring this session to a close, and then we'll go ahead and we'll pick it back up here on another episode. How's that sound?
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, guys, hold on a second here.